Hi guys, I'm Kasha. It is coffee time. Welcome to my channel, and today we have movie duos. I decided to make a video about some of the most iconic duos in movies and TV series. I have put together a list of 10 iconic duos, even though there are many more because there are many cool duos that we have seen on screen. And let's start with our top 10, and they are in no particular order. And let's start, obviously, with Star Wars and the relationship between Han Solo and Chewie, which, let's be honest, it was deeper and more intense than the one with Leia. This is the real love affair friendship that made everybody love the franchise of Star Wars so much. This is the real on-screen love affair that made really people appreciate the friendship and the loyalty in the Star Wars franchise. Chewbacca is a large, furry Wookiee that everybody would love to have as their bodyguard and also as their sidekick. They are international space smugglers and they have each other's back in every battle. It is fair to say there is no Han without a Chewbacca, but now after recent events, we have to deal with poor Chewie living his life without Han. Next we have supernatural Sam and Dean, the Winchester brothers. Sam and Dean couldn't be more different from each other. Sam and Dean were raised by their father to be demon hunters. However, after their dad disappears, they choose different paths in life. Sam decides to go to college and live the most normal life that he can live. He wants just to have a girlfriend, graduate from college, have a kids and marry and all of that stuff. And Dean decides to take the family business, which is hunting the demons and everything supernatural. However, our brothers are forced to team up after the evil demon that killed their mother when they were just babies comes back and takes Sam's girlfriend's life. And despite their difference, they have to work together to fight the supernatural, and this chemistry that they have, even though they are very different characters, it is just amazing and I love it. And I think everybody agrees with me if you've watched the show that this is one of the best duos on screen. Then we obviously have Mulder and Scully, another TV duo, and this time it is from the X-Files. We have again here a very good balance between two people that couldn't be more different. Mulder is someone that believes in the supernatural, and then we have Scully that it is a cynical skeptic and doesn't really believe in these things. And even though they have their disagreements, we all know that they belong together, and it is one of the most iconic TV couples. Another one of the most iconic duos that everybody knows is Doc Brown and Marty McFly from Back to the Future. The Back to the Future franchise gave us one of the most peculiar friendships in the history of movie friendships. In the 80s, everybody wanted to be like this dream team that were traveling to the past and to the future to fix their lives. Both actors, Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, are still very popular exactly because of these two characters that they played, and this franchise has been living through the years. They even had their anniversary not long ago, and it is still one of the most popular ones. In number 5, we find a female duo because we have Lorelai and Rory Gilmore. That's right, I had to include my Gilmore Girls here. Maybe you're not familiar with the series, but the relationship that Lorelai and Rory have is one of the most epic ones. This is one of the most epic mother-daughter relationship. They're nerdy, they're sarcastic, and they love fast food. Plus, they're obsessed and in love with coffee. However, they also have very deep heart-to-heart conversations, and they always have each other's backs. Even though they might not always be on the same page, but they always support each other in their decisions. In number 6, we have Kirk and Spock. We have here the connection between the emotionless Vulcan, Mr. Spock, and the utterly handsome human Captain James T. Kirk. Together, they run the Starship Enterprise and they encounter aliens and villains, and they also have to go through some technical difficulties. They're constantly learning from each other, and in the end they do have the same goal, which is to protect the universe. The Spock learns to identify emotions at the right time, and Kirk also learns how to use more logic. So it is a beautiful bromance where they learn from each other. Then we have another female couple duo from a movie, and that is Thelma and Louise, which is a perfect example of feminism. This deadly duo decides to go together on a road trip and they end up running away from the cops. The characters are also played by two icons, which is Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis. Our duo ends up killing somebody on a parking lot, and then they also end up robbing some stores while they are on the run. This is one of the best duos when it comes to partners in crime. Then we have a duo that it's so iconic, everybody knows about them, and that is Batman and Robin. Could it be any more obvious duo? This is one of the most iconic duos that have entered the pop culture to stay. They started as characters from the DC comics and they were turned into a TV series, which, to be honest with you, they had questionable outfits as well as questionable names for their gadgets. But thanks to Tim Burton, who decided to give our characters Batman and Robin a rebirth, and he took them to the dark side. So if you like the Batman of today and the dark atmosphere, the darkness in Gotham, you should thank Tim Burton for this. Another thing that made this iconic duo so popular were also the villains, because they were also really cool. We have obviously the Joker, the Penguin, we have Catwoman, and we have Enigma. For our next duo, this is a very specific duo, and it is a series that was a big hit when it came out, and now sadly nowadays nobody talks so much about it anymore. So we have Walter White and Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. This is one of the most diverse kind of duos that you can imagine. Even though it is in the end the story of a teacher and a student, it couldn't be more different than the regular relationship that you would expect from a teacher and a student. After Walter White discovers that he has cancer, he doesn't know how to deal with it. So what he decides to do is, okay, I'm gonna use my knowledge that I have in chemistry and I'm going to produce crystal meth. And he kind of takes Jesse with him into this crazy madness. It is kind of like a very serious series, but it also has a lot of comedy in it, and the way that they designed as well the villains, it's amazing. But this duo, you know, this relationship between Walter White and Jesse Pinkman was pretty iconic. And on the last spot, it was hard because, like I said, there are so many duos that could be in this video, but I decided to choose Sherlock Holmes and Watson. Based on the novels by Arthur Conan Doyle, these characters have appeared in numerous comics as well as cartoons, TV series, movies, you name it. However, in the last years, it has become even more popular thanks to the characters played by Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman in the new TV series. Thanks to them, apart from the really smart and great plot lines that we get in this series, we also get the perfect romance. Alright guys, so these were 10 of the best fictional duos that I had to show you, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what you thought about my choices and which other ones would you add to the list. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for support. Remember to get notifications, you also need to click on the bell. All my other social media is listed down below, and I hope to see you all guys in the next coffee time. Bye!